We have apprehended a dangerous threat.
Everyone's first question on this movie is, okay, what's Stitch gonna look like?
Growing up.
If you're trying to adapt Stitch, that better be Stitch. People are not gonna be happy if it's not Stitch.
This was a tough one. How do you live up to this cartoon character that can do anything? The first time I saw Stitch, I thought, whoa, they got it right.
Dean's approach is to not try and beat nature. And so trying to take inspiration from like the ears of a deer and the nose of a bulldog.
Koala eyes and squirrel movements.
At the very early stages, we hired this guy, Ben Wooten. Ben helped realize the concept of Stitch. And there were very, very detailed things we got from the archives of all their character sheets.
We would pull in Alex Cooper-Schmidt, the lead animator on Stitch originally. He would take single frames and draw over and say, like, Stitch's butt is bigger here. It doesn't move like that.
We had to fix on the other side.
One of the biggest challenges on the movie, of course, is one of our lead characters being computer generated.
Or forgotten, I know.
We needed something that was photorealistic, that gave us a great lighting reference, so we brought on Legacy to do the on-set maquette.
Their maquettes were meticulous, like hand-sewn hair for all the fur on Stitch, and they looked beautiful.
It also allowed us to have something that Maia could connect with.
Yeah, and then, yeah.
It was Dean's idea to bring in someone to operate the Stitch puppet so that it wasn't just a lighting reference, so that it really brought the character to life in Maia's eyes and in the other actors' eyes.
Maia got to meet Stitch for the first time when Seth was puppeteering. All of a sudden, she reached forward and kissed him on his nose.
Say hi.
That's where we kind of knew this is going to work.
There's a level of trust that is built between the puppeteer and Maia, me and the puppeteer, and me and Maia, and Dean, and all of us working together.
So we have two hero versions of the puppet, in which one of them is the lighting reference. We like to keep him as pristine as possible. He has rods that come out of each one of his extremities, so he can give motions with his hands. He has done a few stunts. He's got some beautiful Hawaiian beach sand all over him. And then we have our rugged one we use for a lot more of the physical acts, like running him over with a bus. If Stitch is interacting with any props or any elements on set, I would do the same thing, mainly with rods, to interact with props or books, stuff like that. And then we have a bunch of smaller versions that we bring into the water, little arms on sandbags, just for something heavy that will then be occupied by the digital Stitch.
A lot of the complex action sequences throughout the whole film came from the ocean. Sydney came in, she was sitting on the surfboard with us, working on paddling, and she goes, I really needed this. And I'm like, remember this feeling and use it. This is her connection back with Hawaii.
When I knew that we were going to be doing this movie in Hawaii, one of my first phone calls was to Brian Kealoha. Brian is a preeminent waterman on the island. He helped create how big wave rescue works with jet skis and sleds to be able to save these surfers and keep them safe. Like, Brian's the unofficial mayor. We hired him as our second unit director for the water work. He's also our water safety specialist.
Working with the Kealoha family has been one of the biggest honors. Truly, surf training was like extremely important to me. As much as I've been born and raised on Kauai, it's so very different from Oahu right off the bat. The island has its own common cultures and values, but being able to learn that, especially from the Kealohas, Ryan, his daughter, Ha'a, Chad, Rusty, and all of them, I learned the technique, but I also fell so much more deeply in love with everything that I already felt so connected to from Hawaii.
We're shooting here in Hawaii because we wanted the movie to feel authentic. There's no way to recreate it anywhere else.
You know, probably not the same feeling if we were in Burbank.
I guess I'm here working, but do you really work in Hawaii? Is that not an oxymoron?
There is no place like home. There are no mountains that look like the Ko'olau Mountains.
Our cultural consultants, Leana Kanoa Wong and Kaliko Hurley, bring a huge wealth of knowledge that we would not otherwise have.
They would send scripts and the ideas to Kaliko and I. We'd review it, we'd provide feedback and notes. You know, like these characters are gonna be conveying our aunties, our uncles, our cousins. How do we bring those to life?
There she is, Miss Aloha. You're gonna have a very bright future because of that Akamai brain of yours.
They've helped with everything from the pronunciation of pidgin words and dialogue.
He is your kuleana, your responsibility. Got it.
We promise.
To set decoration elements.
The very first time I stepped onto the Pelican house, Todd, the production designer, was there. And I just couldn't stop saying, Todd, I'm freaking out. This looks exactly like our old auntie's houses, down to the smallest details, the Hawaiian flag, the way that it was weathered, like everything about it was so researched. It was beautiful.
I think being in Hawaii adds an element to it that's maybe even unspoken. The culture of Hawaii, the Ohana of it, is not just words in a script. You can see it's a real thing. The culture here is very friendly.
Everything that we do is rooted in somebody who has grown up here telling us a story about why or how or who.
I actually live in Hawaii, and it's really important for me to make this film feel as local as possible, made by locals. So really fortunate, more than 70% of our crew is a local crew.
The crew is amazing. I felt very honored to be able to shoot there. It's such a close-knit filmmaking community. You have people that have worked with each other for 20 years, have a shorthand, love each other like family.
I don't know what it is. It's like an energetic thing being raised in Hawaii that we can just tell who a local person is and we can just instantly connect with them.
Epic.
You know, you can't really calculate what it means. It just makes you feel like you're part of the Aina, part of the land, part of the mana, and our kuleana, our responsibility is to tell this story as authentically as possible.
Hana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind
or forgotten.
Ohana is a really important element in the original and in our story. The original probably introduced most of the non-Hawaiian speaking world to the concept of Ohana.
I hate it when you use Ohana against me.
As we began to adapt the movie, it felt like there was a real opportunity to add a little nuance to it.
You know, Ohana is not necessarily just your family. It's also who you choose to call your family.
Hey, Lottie, what you doing here?
I live here. We're neighbors.
Your neighbors become your ohana. Your classmates, your friends become your ohana.
That's huge in island culture. We live on very small islands. We have to have this strength and loyalty and love. You know, when someone is down, like, someone else is gonna be there to pick them back up.
We're not just neighbors, you know. We're Ohana.
Tutu is not Lilo and Nani's tutu. It's not their grandma by blood, but Hanai, which is someone that has taken on that role.
Hey. If anyone tries anything, hit him in the eyes with this.
Whoa. My character really cares about their future and how they are going to move forward.
Whoa, okay.
By the end of the movie, we have a family that looks really weird. We have a CIA agent.
Agent Cobra Bubbles.
A bunch of Hawaiians. Alien in there. But that's what family is.
I'm really moved seeing a new generation discover Stitch. Friends of mine who were fans of the original now get to take their kids to it, introduce them to Stitch. He's like such a messy little nightmare that any child can feel like, that guy's for me.
Now more than ever, we need a story about being there for your family, no matter what that looks like. Whether it's big.
I feel overwhelmed with gratitude.
Small.
I like you as mom too.
Broken, but still good.
You can't break.
Hopefully everyone can walk away from the movie feeling good and inspired by that.
Stitch. One.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. Joblo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.